This is the Escape Podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic. This week, we're going to continue on Coruscant, but we're going to talk about a really cool guild event that we had this past week, which was the Group v Group GSF Challenge Mode this past Friday. This broadcast astromech is EPC 276. And playing alongside me is Seema. Hi, Seema. How's it going?
It's actually going pretty well. I have the double heat method going on, which is to say I have the heat turned on and I have a space heater going because it is pretty freaking cold right now. But in my house, by my computer is toasty warm, so I'm happy.
Nice.
You mentioned our GSF bonanza, which we did on Saturday night, which I participated in. So I was there for the whole 2 hours of GSF. Go on places with my fighter thingy.
And
Sometimes
loving
not going
every
anywhere.
minute of it, as we know.
I wasn't watching the clock at all. But I feel like, hey, I did my 2 hours, which is that's probably more concentrated GSF. Not that we were actually quote unquote doing GSF. We were mostly like flying around.
Hanging out.
Well, killing each other. So I guess that's still GSF. But
it was fighter school. It was fighter weapons school. We were doing pilot training. It was cool. And we'll talk all about it, but yeah.
You mentioned it was group v group, which I think we should have like a term now, GVG. But yeah, it was our own personal GSF space. So we had guild members on the other side and guild members on my side, and there was no so we could do whatever we wanted to. So we took time. Well, I guess we're going to talk about this later.
Yes.
But yes, we did that. And we're recording on Tuesday night this week. So we just left MFN where we did Rampage on Nar Shaddaa. And we also went and did most of Karaga's Palace, but then Max and I had to drop out to get ready for the podcast, and other people had to drop out to go to bed. But we did have a hearty group of 8 that went on and killed him after 11 o'clock. So yay for them. And now our ops teams have a lockout if they want to also go and polish off that loss.
Right on.
That's a good. So for some easy conquest points for their teams. So yeah, how are things going with you, Max?
As you can see by my character here on my new beachfront property, I am doing quite good. I'm quite relaxed in my swimsuit here on the beach. Got a little rum or a little rum drink or margarita or something here in this cup. I don't know. That actually looks pretty gross. I don't know what it is. But
it looks like vanilla pudding.
I moved into the Rishi Stronghold. I had it unlocked, but I hadn't moved here. I only decorated the beach so far, but here you can see over here. In fact, this is disturbing me. I'm going to put my armor back on. Because that nobody needs to. Actually, I don't have any armor on, so it's I don't even have like a costume set up on this character. Well, let's go over here to my.
How did you manage to take it off if you didn't have it on in the first place?
It left the I don't know. It left the imprint on me. It left it. I don't know. It left the costume view on me, but it isn't a costume tab. It was just whatever the appearance. It left the appearance. I don't know. Now I'm putting it on.
Wait, so you didn't have it on to begin with, but it was just still showing for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Rhodian ale.
No, maybe it was.
It's a cup of Rhodian mayo.
No, I guess I didn't. Yeah, because it showed through. It showed through on the appearance tab is what it was. Okay, now I've got my armor back on. So yeah, I moved at least my 3 storage vaults, my GTN kiosk, my mailbox, and then I always have a set of gathering nodes, and I'm focusing on archaeology materials for the most part. So I always have the gathering nodes. And right now I'm focusing on grade 5 because that's what I have the least of as I'm making things for Conquest. So I did...
No.
No? What?
He's focusing on grade 5 because they're the prettiest decoration.
Because Seema likes these spiky, pretty decorations that she impaled herself on before the show started and got
Yeah,
stuck.
one went right through my calf. It was painful.
But yeah, I do always have the gathering. Oh, I just greeted on them. Are you gonna take my take my mats? We're in a group, and I guess if you if you collect them in the group, this is a good way, as we've talked about in the past, to get some of those extra materials. You set up the nodes, you log in all your characters, or as you log them in, as you happen to be in your stronghold, you click on this, and you can get 1, 2, 3 different rounds of gathering of the materials off of these mats, and it really does build up over time. So there, you have a chance of getting the cooldown each time you click on it. I've clicked on it twice already, and now I'm going for the third time. I'm going to probably end up with 15 or so of the grade 5 archaeology materials, which I need because I did a lot of conquest this past week, including some crafting. So I was focusing on
It's a
making
20-second cast. Sometimes I find myself, please get the debuff, please get the debuff. I can't
yeah.
stand another 20-second
Now
cast.
I'm on my fourth. I'm on my fourth gather. The I did the make 10 war supplies, which was worth about 5,000 conquest points, I think, this past week. So I did that, and I made all Holocron
Yes.
of strategy because I have the least of those,
Yeah,
and
that's what I did too.
I was able to get conquest then on one of my characters. That's already being rolled for. Wow, now I'm going to 5. This is really rare. I'm gonna end up with a whole stack of these. I'm already up to 20. I'm gonna be over 20 of each of these.
My juvenile turtle is good luck.
I'm also I also did some conquest there. That was like my fifth one was the last one. I did some conquest on my level 69 Sentinel and got it to level 70 and conquest CXP rank up to about 16 or 17. So that was good also. So now I've got a Sentinel that can share the armor with my Marauder, who's working on getting up to Conquest rank 300. I think he's in the 200s. I did 2 of my characters through all of the 10 dailies on Osis and started a third. I didn't get through all the 10 dailies, but I did both world bosses on all 3 of those characters. I'm starting down the path of what one of our guildies Zen did, which was to do multiple characters of the same advanced class, or on either side. So I'm doing my commando and my mercenary, so I can get more of the armor pieces and share that armor set and get to 252, 258 more quickly. Except one of the armor pieces that I got out of the cache for the 10 dailies was a Relic of Devastating Vengeance, which is useless. So that was a loss. But that's how that rolls. I'll still be getting a bunch of extra Masterwork crystals that I'll be able to convert into the armor spots that I'm not getting out of those weekly slots. And then the last thing on my list, as I said, is I moved to Rishi here. I was tired of Yavin, and so now I'm here on Rishi. I got a porg on a campfire. I've got a couple of these huts.
No.
I've got my turtle wandering the beach. I've got my Talon cutter over here because it looks like a little bit of a boat. And life is good. All right, so that's that. That's me. Why don't we talk about Les News?
Now an Imperial News Network report.
All right, so first up in the news, which we also mentioned last week, but I wanted to remind people, the PTS is still up and available. It probably won't be for much longer. The Hive of the Mountain of the Queen of the Lair of the Queen is there on the PTS. And if you want to test it out, if you want to try it out, there's still a couple of notes that Matt's going back and forth in some of his tuning on creating both all of the modes that are getting created. So get in there, check it out, provide your last minute feedback, test it. You could post in the forums and say, hey, Matt, our group's going to be testing this. He might stop in and watch you go through it to see how it's performing. He does that from time to time with people on the test server. And check it out, because it'll be coming in February, So that test server, once we see that test server close, that will probably give us an indication that we're a week or two out from the actual patch dropping.
That pause probably means I'm supposed to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is a problem going on right now with master mode achievements in Gods from the Machine. It'll be fixed in 5.10.1, but essentially it's if you get an achievement, it'll register and show that you got it until you log out. Then when you log back in, it's reset again. So enjoy it while you have it, but it should be fixed. And hopefully by fix they mean they'll roll it back.
Right. And ensure that people that already completed those get it.
Yeah.
That's what I would hope. Not that you have to go and do
Yeah.
it again. That would be a bit of a bummer. But
I wonder how many people that actually affects. Just I'm not saying that they don't deserve to have it fixed. They absolutely do, but I just wonder how many people have done it,
in master
have
mode,
gone to the extent yet of doing achievements.
that's
Of course, there's always the achievements for just killing them, so probably that.
right. And then final reminder, which we already mentioned last week, but again, we haven't seen the post yet on it, which is that Season 10 PvP will be ending in February. We're expecting, they haven't announced, but we're expecting at the same time that the patch is going to come, 5.10.1. We should see an announcement soon on what the end of season rewards are going to be, so that we can all be disappointed that we haven't been paying attention to ranked PvP and we won't get the cool things that we were hoping we would get. How about guild news, Zima? Did anything happen in the guild this past week? I think we already mentioned that.
Well, as we both mentioned, we did have our mega in January, which was last weekend. That was our GSF night, and yeah, we're gonna talk some more about that and GSF in general.
We sure will. And certainly, a community note that I wanted to just sort of hint at. I think there will be an announcement soon, but I think it's relatively public that there's going to be a presence of the SWTOR fan community at Star Wars Celebration, and I've seen some of the hard work going on in the background from our illustrious SWTORista, who is leading that effort,
Yeah,
and she's done some wonderful things. So
she really has.
I'm gonna keep it under wraps and let her launch that, but she is amazing, and you all are going to be that are going to be able to attend Star Wars Celebration are going to be very happy with what you see. And if you are attending Star Wars Celebration, let us know, because I will be there. I'll be stopping in and out of the Star Wars fan booth. I live in the area, so I will be around, but I'm also staying with my kids downtown in a hotel a couple of the nights. And hopefully we'll have a cantina that we can go to and have a meetup, and I have to buy some beers for Zen. I think he specified vodka is his drink of choice for party nights. So that is what I'm planning on, because he bought me a whole bunch of beers in New York 2 weeks ago.
And speaking of Zen, Zen is in the chat room, and I want to give a shout out to the chat room. See, that's a segue.
That was awesome.
I'm so glad you appreciate it. But yes, our chat room is awesome. Thank you guys for being here for us and being here time after time. You're the best. Thank you.
Yes, excuse her, Cyndi Lauper, but you are here time after time. And with that, I think we're both gonna go back to Coruscant and try to get our ships there, because we would like to learn to fly our actual class ship, but I don't think we're going to get it tonight. But we'll push on through on that. And while we're doing that, we'll talk all about how things worked for our event in GSF, which was really our version of Fighter Weapons School.
Tower, this is
Max and Seema.
requesting a flyby.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
No,
Max?
this is not a good idea. Sorry,
Seema.
but it's time to buzz the tower.
I forgot why I made that one originally, but I made that one a while
It
ago.
never gets old.
Yeah, so there you go. Fighter Weapons School. The Navy calls it Fighter Weapons School. We call it Top Gun. I'm back on Coruscant, by the way, Seema.
Oh,
I had to exit area, and it returned me to Coruscant because I don't have a ship, so I
yeah.
couldn't quick travel. But I'm in the bay. Oh, and I have Kira now too.
Glad to be back.
So I forgot where I need to go next. I need to locate Tarnus. That's what I need to do. So I'm gonna go head that direction. But while I'm doing that, so let's mention again, we had our event.
You're fine.
It was on. Yeah, thank you, Kira. I know I'm fine. I'm so fine. She said I'm fine, if you know what I mean.
Yes, we heard.
Fine. Right? So, GSF night. Because they have the new challenge mode in the game, you can do group versus group within your guild, outside of your guild. You could do guild v guild. We did it within our guild. We just set up 2 groups. We had, like 8 people in one group and 8 people in another group. You challenge, one group challenges the leader of the second group, and on the new PvP screen. So here I'll bring it up for you to show you what that looks like. You say issue challenge. It pops up the group leader box here. You type in the group leader's name, and then it gives you a whole list of either war zones that you can challenge them to. You get to pick any of the war zones or GSF, and you get to pick any of the GSF maps, and not only the maps but the mode. So you can pick Quat Drive Yards Deathmatch or Quat Drive Yards Domination, which is the 3 satellites. So what we did is we did a whole bunch of, we spent most of the night doing training and teaching people all of the basics of GSF. So we started by saying, okay, everybody hit H, bring up your hangar. I'm going to walk you through all of the tabs. Here's the 4 different kinds of ships. Here's what it looks like to have your components on your ships. Here's cosmetics, how that works. Here's the crew. Here's how you can get new crew members. We before we went into GSF, we went on to the Starfighter launch deck on the fleet. That's a fun place to visit if you haven't done that in a while. That's where the physical entrance to Quat Drive Yards, the flashpoint, is. And down there, if you look at, standing right outside the entrance to Quat Drive Yards, are the Starfighter crew companions. They only show up in your crew tab of your hangar window. They're hanging out down there. So that's this Ashi and B-3G9 and Oro Wogawa, Kendra Novar. Those characters are hanging out down there. You can say hi to them. You can pick up the there's also hangars around the outside. You can see the models of each of the ships. And then we zoned in. So we zoned into GSF and we hung out and got to check out everything that was.
Vehicle paths are currently open for business.
So I'm traveling down to Justicar territory. SEMA is in the southeast.
Oh,
On the
Have a safe
speeder.
and pleasant stay.
So because it's group v group and you have a timer counting down, that's like a 20-minute timer, we were able to just say, okay, everybody zone in. Now we're in space. Everybody hit X so your ship stops in space. Hold still. Now I'm going to show you the whole interface. I'm going to walk you through the interface. I'm going to walk you through how to make your ship move and why you need to hold down W and show you what your throttle on the right side of your main interface looks like. Show you what your engine power pull looks like and why you need to keep an eye on that and why your thrust, your boost won't work if your engine power pull goes to 0, and how you reorient your ship if you get flipped upside down. You hold down V and your ship will sort of reorient to the level of the plane of the map. So we were able to go through all of that. We were able to go through weapons and show everybody how all of their systems work, and then give everybody some practice and say, okay, see the big satellite in the middle of the map? Look at it on the mini map, look at where you are, try to fly there and get used to what it looks like, get used to what it feels like flying, because it's really easy to get disoriented in GSF because there is no, if you're not careful, you can be flying upside down and then you're looking at the mini map and your ship's going the wrong direction. You don't know why. So we were able to get everybody to get some experience at least in ship handling,
Good as new.
targeting, using weapons and all of that kind of thing.
and what I found is when they say go to B, like, and you head toward B, that big thing that's in your screen isn't actually B, it's an asteroid.
But I taught you how to stop, right? Right?
Yes, you did. I can stop now and I can orient myself.
So you can stop from smashing right into that.
And I can target. I can even shoot. By the end of the evening, I actually shot them things too.
Yes, you killed people. You murder who murders people.
Yes, but no children. No.
Not
Good.
not only the man ships, but the woman ships and the child ships too.
Baby ships too.
Seema killed them all like animal ships. Okay, I'm just gonna, as soon as I can mount up, get out of combat here, I'm gonna head on down. So it's still not trivial. There's definitely a big learning curve to GSF. So what did you? The chat room is asking, was it streamed by anyone? It was streamed. So it was streamed on the AIE Guild Twitch channel. So twitch.tv/AIE Guild. If people want to see, we were in there for about 2 hours. I streamed the whole thing. I haven't highlighted it yet, but it should still be up there this week, and then I'll hit highlight so it gets saved. You can sort of ride along. You can see what I was showing people, how the walkthrough was working. It's not, it's not the best sort of guide. It wasn't designed to be that, because I was answering questions and sort of showing them some things off. But you could get a sense of it and a sense of what we were doing and what it was looking like.
You'll get to hear me saying, "Well, where are you? Where are you? How do I get over there? What do you mean push that?"
Exactly.
I'm spinning. How do I stop spinning?
I'll try spinning. That's a neat trick. That's what Seema said. That's a Star Wars quote. So what did you think of it, though, Seema? I mean, besides hating every minute of it.
I pretty much didn't like it. I had spent the rest of the next day, Sunday, just recovering.
What about the opportunity, at least, to get into a mode where you could stop and stand still and look around? Did that seem helpful?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And one thing I've always said about GSF is that it's too hard to learn while people are, not only while people are shooting you, but while people are expecting you to play the game.
Right, and counting on your support to try to fight the other team, right. and that kind of thing.
So I would never queue for GSF, because then you're just basically worse than dead weight for that team that is so unlucky as to get you.
Right.
So I've always said that if there was a way that I could learn, that I would be more open to it. And now I learned that, I'm not any more open to it after having a chance to learn. But somebody's experience, I mean, some of the people who came on Saturday night have been playing GSF ever since.
I played enough I at least completed my weekly for Conquest last week and more. I sort of got back into it. I was having a good time. I kind of like GSF. I should show, well, it may not matter. I should show you how to play some of the other ships. So if you were playing a bomber, you might maybe like it a little bit better as well.
Yeah.
I find a bomber much more relaxing to play than I use a strike fighter for dogfighting in the death matches. I use in domination, I almost always just fly a bomber. And I'm pretty good with a bomber. I know where to place my mines. I know how to fly defensively. I know how to do quite a bit of damage. So I'll do like middle of the pack damage and get all of the objective points. I'll have, like 300 objective points. And most of the match, I'm just sort of hanging out in one place. I'm tucked up under a satellite, just duck out of the way from
I noticed that. That's a good trick.
And then when somebody comes to try to take the satellite, then I pop out and I shoot them and I blow them up. I dogfight just a little bit, but then I tuck back up under there so the gunships aren't targeting me. Now, if someone is it's all of GSF, and the way the ships work is sort of rock, paper, scissors. So if someone knows what they're doing and they're flying the right kind of ship, they can really mess with the bombers. So they can have EMP missiles, which can do damage to all of your mines and blow them all up, and that's annoying. So even if they're not targeting you. They could blow up everything that you've worked so hard to place so strategically, and then you got to wait for your cooldowns to place them again. That gets a little bit annoying. So you do have to watch out for that kind of thing. Otherwise, I find that relaxing. All right, I'm zoned in here. I think somebody's going to talk. I might be space barring a little bit. We've been on this planet too long already. We're not even
I
going to
mean,
get
one
done tonight.
thing that we didn't really get to touch on because of the nature of it is the
I don't see the
progression aspect of it. Because as you get points, you can upgrade your ship's abilities.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a really cool feature of it.
And it's not that long of an upgrade path, but it's relatively significant. So you do get that opportunity at least to have some of the progression. Who is this? Technician Jonka. So Tarnis. Oh, Tarnis was this turned out to be a Sith. That's what happened last time on Coruscant here.
Yes.
Tarnis was
I need to know where Tarnis
Sith.
went.
Now we're trying to find Tarnis. We came here, and I guess Tarnis took out a bunch of people. Oh, he's going after this planet prison. Blah blah blah. All right, so
I'm disappointed that I couldn't determine. I mean, I couldn't tell that he was a Sith.
yeah,
I need to go back to
'cause
Typhon
we're
for more Jedi
terrible
training.
Jedi apparently.
Running a thermal scan. Oh, the technician
You
wasn't kidding.
do it,
Something's
Kira.
really lighting up. Tracking. Hearing this.
Okay, so we're gonna track down the signal for in the Jedi Temple. Oh, that's not bad. If we might be getting close to the end of this, if we're going to the Jedi Temple already, that's where we're
Yeah.
going,
The planet prison's
right?
been activated.
Right?
We don't know what's
Right?
on.
The temple
Right.
warns on the hazards of how the
Right.
works.
We were talking
People
about
go in,
we were
don't come
talking
out.
before,
There's
even
an
before
old
we turned the
elevator
chat room on
that
about
leads near here. Hope you're
Kira,
ready for
stop talking. About vocal fry, up talking, and saying right as affectations in the current milieu of how some of, like millennials are talking on television interviews and that kind of thing.
If a Sith can get down there,
So now we're doing it to each other
Let's
constantly.
hope we get down there in
Yeah.
one piece and
We are, right?
Right? All right. Jedi Temple. Jedi Council Chamber at the Jedi Temple. So I'm going to quick travel back to the flight point, and we will fly on up to Jedi Temple.
When you say the flight point of the
Hyperspace
works,
beacon.
Justicar sector.
No, so DP right.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not the Juskar sector. I'm just flying. I think I went to the. Where am I? I don't know where I just
I
picked
see where
one
you
of the.
went. Justicar taxi.
Okay,
Got
okay.
it.
And then from that taxi, we'll
Vehicle
head
paths
on
are
over
currently
to
open for business.
Jedi Temple taxi.
The place.
Have a safe and pleasant stay.
DP Roberts asked in the chat room, haven't figured out how to drop one of those new spawn points. That's an ability on a couple of the ships, in particular bombers. They've made some other weird ship configurations. I think it's just bombers though. It's called a hyperspace beacon. It's one of the extra components you can equip on your ship. So as Seema talked about, there's progression where you can take and upgrade the components sort of in a little upgrade tree. In fact, I could probably show it. Yeah, here. So the components upgrade down the tree for each of the components. But then if you look at the list of possible components, like here on a bomber, this sledgehammer, let's see if it's got a hyperspace beacon as an option. Interdiction mine, concussion missiles. I do not see hyperspace beacon on that particular model of bomber. Let's look at the Rampart Mark IV. Has no concussion missiles. No. No, not. That must be another model of this war carrier. I think the war carrier's got it. So here we go. No. What am I doing wrong? Which of the bombers has it? The fire hauler? Oh, did I not? Oh, I can't. No, I can't. I keep going back to the sledgehammer. I can't look at the components on the war carrier. So the war carrier here, we can say fire hauler. One of them's got it. Rampart Mark IV, the razor wire. Rampart Mark IV. Rampart Mark IV says proton torpedo seeker mines, ion interdiction, concussion, hyperspace beacon. Yes, there it is. Finally, it's an engine component option on the Rampart Mark IV. So those are the different components you can switch back and forth between. We talked a little bit about it. We gave people a pointer to. There's a couple threads on the forums where you can look at a base loadout, sort of at least a starter loadout for some of the ships of recommended components to pick, and then some of the progression you can get on them. I've also looked at Vulk, VULKK. He's got a blog, and he does some videos on YouTube. He's got a relatively good beginner write-up on Starfighter that I would recommend going and checking out. And you'll see there then some of those options for the different components you can be choosing. All right, here we are getting up into the Jedi Temple. Way up here in the Jedi Temple. Are you here? Did you make it here too? Oh no, that's Kira.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're here. Kira force choking a fool. I'm sorry, force stasising a fool. So we didn't get into Force Shuckles giving more tips in the chat room, which are right. So you can allow your repair drones to also do ammo refills for any other ship that's carrying missiles, because as you carry missiles, you'll have a limited supply of missiles before you need to either crash your ship so you can get more missiles, or get refilled by someone who's got a repair drone that has the option unlocked on it so that you can refuel, resupply other ships. But those are little tips and tricks. So there's specialization, which we didn't get to, of what roles you can play, as well as tips and tricks for how to fly your ships that we really didn't get into. So we mostly stuck to the basics. But getting back to your point, Seema, I totally agree that having that freedom to explore the map and check out your controls and do it without the pressure to feel like you're letting down a team, you're right. I agree. That I think that's super important. The tutorial in GSF is not enough. That gives you a little bit. No. I did spend quite a bit of time in there when it first came out, but that's not enough. Being able to do it in a sort of a safe space with your friends.
It's too open-ended, the tutorial, for me to learn much, right? Because you can stay in there for longer, but what are you going to do? Just fly around and fly around.
Right. So, because by the end, we started chasing each other around a little bit and getting a sense of, I'd like tell somebody, okay, just fly around and let some people get a shot in on you so they can practice targeting. Because there's something else you don't realize, which is if you want to like shoot somebody with missiles, you have to be targeting them, or your missiles won't lock on and you won't shoot them. And people don't realize that, so they're pointed right at somebody and they're trying to make their missiles work and they don't, and you don't know what's going on until you get some practice and you sort of see what's up.
But the other guy's missiles, they work.
They work right in your face.
Right?
Right up your face, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Which makes me think, so that comment, Seema, I definitely agree. It makes me think, again, you may not like it, but I think we should do one of these nights for regular war zones. And what I'd want to do there...
No, you're right. You're right, we should.
And just do it as a tour. Just a tour of the war zones would be nice. So let's get in there, let's get in a map, and we'll walk around. Have you ever had a chance just to like do a slow walk around the like hut ball and check it out and see what it looks like?
I actually haven't been in a war zone since Dark versus Light.
Right, when you had to do it.
Right.
All right, we caught up with Tarnis here. He was chatting with his Dark Council pals. I think his dad is on the Dark Council. He's now confronting us. He's saying, "Did we come to die?" And we were saying, "No, I've come to stop you."
Don't do this, Tarnis. You can still surrender.
You'll forgive
that's
me
gonna
if
happen.
I don't offer you the same opportunity.
Channel your rage, my son.
No, I don't forgive you.
Darth Angral is not going to be... He's going to be angrily at us in a second, I believe.
RP walk hut ball. I'm in.
Leave someone in a fire trap and turn around and walk away slowly like it's an explosion. He just force shocked me. That's it. Now you're gonna like last like 2 seconds. So I'm gonna. Ooh, and there's no mercy. We just take him down. Ooh, loot. What did we get? A prototype Dantooine plastoid handguards, rating 62. Nice. Requires level 23. Now we get to talk to Darth Angrel, his dad. What's up, Dad? Just killed your boy there. Sorry about that. The child, in addition to the men and women. Eat. No, that force chuckle. It's eat, comma, lightsaber jerk. That's what Kira says. Because she's talking to you. She's telling you need to eat more because you're too skinny, you type 2 body type dude. Eat, comma, lightsaber jerk. All right. Clicking on console. Let's see what they say.
Jedi filth. You've killed my son.
Yep.
You'll die for this, Master. I'll see to it personally.
Oh, Lord Praven.
You have no idea what you've unleashed, Jedi. There's no place in the galaxy to hide from my wrath.
I won't be hiding. Come for me, Gamork. I am Atreyu.
I don't fear you. Come find me whenever you like.
I will inflict unimaginable suffering on your people. Billions will die because of you. We already control your secret weapon facilities. All that power is ours now. My son's death will be avenged on the entire Republic, and you will bow down before I let you die.
Don't punish the innocent. You're insane. I will kill you all. That's what Treek would say. You're insane.
Clearly lost your mind.
Tell your pathetic
Clearly
masters
lost your
that
mind.
Darth Angral has returned.
He's a man of few words.
This time, there will be no mercy.
Why say many
Such
words
a
when few
charmer.
work?
I miss him already. The planet prison is officially scrap metal. Looks like we saved Coruscant.
It's not over yet. This victory was all mine. You fought bravely. It's not over yet.
Now we have a new problem. Darth Angral.
At least we won't get bored. Much as I'm enjoying these toxic ruins, maybe we should get back to the Senate Tower?
Yes, we should. Because I think maybe there will be a prize waiting there for us. A major prize. A major prize. I won. Alright, I'll meet you at the Senate Tower. Where we get to speak to General
Be there or be
SWTOR.
square.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think we should do it. And then the chat room saying we should do some more of that sort of group v group GSF and maybe talk about some of the advanced tactics and then try out flying some of the other ships. I wasn't even looking where I'm going. Oh, we got to go to the left. Rocket boost. Engage. Engage. Make it so, number 1. And then, yeah, we'll do it for PvP. And then everyone who's itching to shoot me some more can bring it. Bring the pain.
Bring it. Right?
No one saw this coming, Master Satil. Not even the Jedi Council.
Ooh.
We sensed it for weeks, General. If you'd told us of your secret project, we might have averted this
Oh, my
disaster.
armor slipped off again. Hey, Satil. How's it going?
Hero of Coruscant.
Oh my
Welcome
god.
back, son.
Coruscant is safe, but I had to destroy the planet prison and kill Tarnus.
Yes, we've heard. We also know Tarnus was the son of Darth Angral.
Mm-hmm.
Public comm channels are being flooded with threats from that maniac.
I'm gonna need to
vowing
chase him
revenge.
down. I could really use a ship, if you know what I mean.
It seems the Empire has abandoned our treaty.
The Empire has formally disavowed Darth Angral's actions, saying
Rogue
he's gone rogue.
Sith.
It's a lie.
Lies.
The Senate refuses to authorize a...
For good reason. Neither the Republic nor the Jedi are prepared for another war. We would lose.
Would
Billions would
lose.
die.
And if the enemy turns our weapons
That's
against us,
stinking
billions
thinking.
will die. Tarnus transmitted the details of all our top secret projects to his father. Trace that transmission to the planet Ord Mantell. Darth Angral must have a base
Mantell?
there. I need you to find it.
We go to Ord Mantell next? I might find Angral too.
If we catch him in his lair, we could end this crisis right now.
I doubt
Right
Angral's
now.
on that report, but his spy network certainly is.
Master Orgus senses greatness in you. And so do I. This mission is yours.
I'm going too. Master Kuwix left me here to help.
Agreed. Take Kira.
We can pick up some
Train
babies
and
while we're
protect her
there.
like she's your own Padawan.
Because I heard you can get these babies on Ord Mantell.
So
I'm amusing myself. I won't fail either of you. Sounds good.
It's an important responsibility. I won't
What did I
take
just
lightly.
commit to?
We'll get to know each other. It'll be nice.
Yeah, if you know what I
I
mean.
must inform the Council of these developments. Travel safely, young Jedi. May the Force be with you.
All I've ever
Satele
wanted was
must
to
be
protect
busy
the
with
Republic.
something really
I was
important.
stationed here when the Empire attacked Coruscant. Saw the Jedi Temple
Satele,
destroyed. All those Padawans
should come check out my
bastards cut
beach
down.
front
I started
property.
these
You
weapon
can
projects in their honor.
get a little free time. Come by the beach, if you know what I mean. Sounds good.
But
Good
we're going to
intention,
go
George.
save
Darth
the
Vader
Republic
orders.
from billions of deaths, but she can't come along because she's, I don't know, she's got a meeting.
Yeah, I'm way backed up. I'm way behind. Yeah.
I'm doing other
I'm
Jedi Council stuff that's way more
gonna need you
important
to
than billions
go
of.
ahead and take care of Darth Angral by yourself, right? I'm gonna need you to kill the Sith alone. I'm all backed up. Okay. We need to go to the spaceport. I'm gonna quick travel to Senate Plaza, which is halfway there, because we need a ride. We need a vehicle, and I think we're about to get one. Didn't they just allocated allocated a vehicle to us, didn't they? So you know what that means. Ship time. Favorite time in every class story. Like I'm riding my hollow Rancor.
Yes, I see that.
I like that random mount button lately. I put a bunch of my favorite mounts on the random mount button and hit it all the time.
He moves like a gorilla.
I think that's how all the Rancors run.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wrong way. This isn't the way. Where are you going,
Right?
Seema? Ah, criminy. Oh, now I've got one of my pod racers. Look at this one with the red. You like it?
I do like it. Sort of.
Sort of. Now this is pod racing.
Oh, wow. We really overran.
Yeah, we went the completely opposite direction. We should have just quick traveled back to that flight point. I like how it really tips when you turn. See that? We were right here. De heck do you mean? Okay, now where do we gotta go? This way. These big, giant, enormous spaceport buildings.
That we used to walk through.
Slow walk before you even got sprint.
Right.
That was good times. Back in the old days. I would RP walk everywhere.
It's faster than RP walk, but there's still no sprint.
I would RP walk and I would emote the whole way.
Yeah. I totally believe you.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able to come in here and? Oh, you don't have a ship
So
yet, do
far.
you?
No.
You just have a million levels, but no ship.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here we go. Cutscene. The cutscene where you see your ship for the first time. Check it out. I'm not that big a fan of the Jedi ship. It's all right.
It's no agent ship.
It's no agent ship. That's a classy ride. Looking around, you can see the other views. Pop up into the hatch. Black screen. Fade to black. Oh, it leaves you outside. Are you still here? Yep, there you are.
Mm.
Yeah, I see you.
Mm.
No, come this way.
I see you.
Here we go. Open the door. See the ship take off.
Aw. It says I can't enter till I get my own ship.
Oh. You were going to steal all my stuff anyway.
I hope nobody attacks you in there because you're on your own.
I got Kira. She'll lightsaber
Isn't Kira
him in
busy
the
now?
face. No, I think she's coming along for the ride.
I know, but once you get in your ship, your companions are all busy.
Oh, she's busy standing over in the corner, not moving. There's the ship droid. Ship droid says, "Oh look, there she is walking away."
My new master at last.
C2N2.
Steward of this vessel. It is my extreme good fortune to
Put a
serve
fresh
you.
coat of paint on your quarters. Same color, only fresher. That's nice to hear.
Always happy to have another droid. My T7 unit has been invaluable.
The T7s are a fine utility model. I am
Yes.
series droids welcome aboard this Corellian Defender class light corvette.
Light Corvette.
It was custom built to offer a Jedi both first-rate combat performance and meditation amenities.
Nice.
Along with the usual, your bridge contains an ever-updated.
See, this was good. It gave you the tour of the ship.
And finally, the ship's intercom will inform your crew.
I'm space barring through a little bit, and then you always ask them, "Can they fight?"
Yes.
No, I can't
Sounds like
fight.
you're good at everything. Does that include combat?
Except now they are.
As you can see,
Remember, you
I'm
couldn't even
happy to
equip
assist you with
weapons on the ship droids originally,
Yes, I remember that.
but now you can, and they work just like any other companion, and they're just as proficient. Well,
Yeah,
mostly
they're
as
just-
proficient a fighter.
Add a little armor.
Master, please. Whenever you're
And there we go. And now I have a ship, and Seema doesn't. Remember, you can sit in your chair, and oh, you know what? The galaxy map doesn't spin anymore. Not many people knew it, but the original galaxy map would spin. It was really cool. It was 3D and it would spin. It would rotate. The new galaxy map does not, alas.
It has its own cool factors, but not that one.
Yes. Yeah, like being able to go anywhere, anytime. And here's Kira, just hanging out up here. What do you got to say, Kira?
The Force be with us.
Yes.
Know what I learned from my first council meeting? I can sleep standing up.
Nice.
Isn't teamwork grand? Let's go, partner. Still got plenty of work to do.
I want her to say, "Eat, lightsaber jerk." Cool. All right. We did get a ship. We didn't have to be here for 2 months, Seema.
That's right.
Little space barring, but I think that worked pretty well.
Yeah.
So now we have a big ship. Our starfighter ships are our little ships. We'll have to do that. Yeah, as the chat room saying, we'll have to do this. We'll have to do it again. I've just started flying, so I flew that night, and just in the past few weeks, like in the past month, I've learned to fly the strike fighters, and I've been getting into that a little bit for dogfighting on the deathmatch matches. I used to still try to fly my bomber, and I still sometimes do. You can find a little pocket, sort of a staging ground where your team is focused to fight the other squad, and put down a repair drone, sort of tuck it away so the other gunships can't clear it out, and defend it with some of your mines. That kind of works, but flying a strike fighter, dogfighting in the death matches is typically more effective. You're going to be clearing out more of the enemies and that kind of thing. So unless you're working with a team that's prepared to make use of your pocket and your repairs with you as a bomber, it's not as effective. I kind of like gunships.
The ships themselves do look really cool.
And you can get a little bit of cosmetics too. Did you play around with any of those?
No, but I have gotten stickers and stuff before.
I like I think I think it was on my Imperial character. I even paid a couple cartel coins, like 100 cartel coins, to unlock like purple jets coming out the back of my main strike fighter on my mercenary. So I have 2 characters with a set of 4 of my main ships, one of each of the key ship types that I like, fully mastered, which means mastered means you've upgraded one set of at least all of your components all the way to the top level. But as you can see on this character, I have not upgraded anything. I think I have the... No, I don't. There's an intro mission to GSF once you get it off the fleet, which I think you may be able to get right away, which gives you a significant amount of fleet requisition, which you don't want to typically use your fleet requisition for upgrading your ship. You want to use ship requisition for that, which is much easier to get, but you get a token which gives you a significant amount of fleet requisition, which you could use from some initial upgrades, or you could also use for unlocking, I think, a couple of the ships that take fleet rec, like this Condor gunship, and a couple of the crew members which you might want take fleet requisition to unlock. Anyway, I could talk all night about the tips and tricks and fun parts of GSF, but I think we are good for now. So check out that stream on AIE, twitch.tv/AIE Guild if you wanted to see it in more detail, or come join. We'll do another round of this, I think, and well, I don't know what we've got Marcus's plan for our mega event next month, but if we don't get to PvP group v group, just messing around doing tours of those maps at the mega event next month, maybe we can just set up a side night where
Yeah,
we'll just go and do some tours.
I think when we do a second one, it probably won't be a Marcus thing. I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah. Oh, not GSF, but he might want to do a PvP Warzone night. We did one on the Rishi Stronghold, but we could do a group v group PvP thing.
I was locked in on GSF.
Yeah. Okay, I think with that, we're about ready to wrap up. So EPC 276 can get kicked out the airlock of our brand new ship here to go broadcast this episode to all of you out there. Please keep up with us on Twitter at MaxTheGray and at AIESEMA. And if you know any cool people that should be coming and playing with us and joining in our mega monthly events or our MFN nights on Tuesday nights, send them our way. Tell them they can check us out at aie-guild.org, or they can come see our podcast at YouTube/New Overlords, or on our website, which has all the links, which is newoverlords.com. And tell them to check in on our Discord. The Discord link is on aie-guild.org, and they can get a guild invite to our guild on the Republic or the Imperial side on Starforge, because that's really what we want you to do. We want you to come play with us. And we will talk to you soon.
And Marcus, get better, buddy. And later, everyone.